all we have is this is how come this won't come out? I mean, I don't mind having people see this the show. I mean, if you could.
Get that on?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, I'm just setting up everybody. It's just one of those things, you know.
Here's an SM58.
That would be nice. Okay. Could somebody put it on a stand in front of this, or on a short stand, or on a, if you got or something?
Or in the stand.
I got one.
So I'm trying to get everybody to do everything here, and I mean, really.
Where do you want this, Tom?
I guess we don't need it now. He's got that.
Oh, okay.
So thanks. Hey, listen, I gotta set up this show. We're almost there. Hang on, I gotta get this guitar over here and cables and stuff here, and then I've got an extension cord. See, it's like this. I was in Cedar Rapids, and I thought I had plenty of time, but then one thing led to another, and ended up leaving where I was going, late. Oops, gone now. And all of a sudden everything went black.
The new girl is Beatrice, and she was worried something might go wrong with the show.
Yeah.
And I told her we're going to keep doing this till we get it right.
Yeah. Well, it might be a while.
Looks like the screen just went black.
It's not your fault. It's the man. Well, anyway, so my story is. Hang on.
Are you ready for this to be plugged in?
Yeah, didn't I have an extension cord a minute ago?
Yeah, over here.
Oh, thanks. Yeah. Hey, go ahead and plug that in if you like, and then I'm gonna get to plug this in too.
You're plugged in.
Okay, I'm gonna plug this thing in also. It's a little closer to me. Here. And, so anyway, there's this traffic, you see, and there's something wrong with some sort of a traffic light or something, and one thing led to another, and
Are you doing traffic reports now?
yeah, no, that's traffic on Collins Road. It was just backed up. Now, yesterday's kind of funny because yesterday somebody was parked on the side, they're sideways. It was I believe it was a Chevy Suburban, a large SUV. It was parked on 380 sideways. I've been driving to Cedar Rapids, I teach up at Coe, you see. I'm telling Steve this, so I've been driving up and down there, for 2 semesters, and then it was just the last couple of days I've actually had trouble. But anyway, so I had to go up to the college up there and turn in the grades and the hours and everything like that, and then I wanted to go up and check out these Fender, the newer Fender Frontman 25 amps. And I knew I didn't have much time, so I hauled off and bought one just on a whim. And here it is. So
It's pretty.
yeah, well they come in different colors, but you see I was in a hurry, so I didn't have time for them to look for a black one, so I got the red one anyway. And there it is. So, hang on. I suppose everybody's watching probably switched the channel by now.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what you do.
Okay. I'm just going to use this. We'll start out with a Stratocaster. So we got the blue Stratocaster, Fender Stratocaster with the red Fender amp. So I'm being colorful, you see. And I thought it'd be fun. So Anyway.
Go ahead and talk to him.
So, of course, as I say, I've just came out of the box, so.
Seems to be on. Let's give us some reverb. Turn everything to 5.
Hey. It works. So, in my defense, I will say I walked in the show before it started. So,
At about 3 minutes till Phil came out to announce 3 minutes, Mr. Borga, and there was no Mr. Borga.
yeah, that's how it happened. Okay, so here's my questions. All the sound okay? Here's my guitar. Sounds good. Anyway, welcome to Tom's Guitar Show. I'm Tom. They call me Guitar Tom because I'm often seen with a guitar. They call me on the phone. They say, "Hey, man, what's your show about?" Anyways, well, it's about an hour. It's about guitars, guitar players, guitar playing, all things guitaristic. So, pardon me while I twiddle some knobs. So, if you want to call me on the phone, ask me a question about your guitar, the care and feeding of your guitar. What kind of guitar is right for you? That's fine. I want to talk about a related topic like the guitarrón, the cítara, the lute, the vihuela, banjos, balaicas, bazookies, bajos, sextos, ukuleles, banjoleles, mandors, mandolas, mandolins, mandocellos, mando basses, if you want to talk about cavaquinhos and chitoles, if you want to talk about tiples and tres, and did I always say lutes and vihuelas? But I did, yeah, I did. Well, anything with strings on it, man. I want to talk about the trombones or tamburinas, pipe organs, piccolos, cornetos, drum horns, quartholts. I want to talk about harmoniums or harmonicas or harpsichords, sackbuts or saxophones. I want to talk about oboes, English horns, bassoons, bandolins, bandoras, citars, clavichords, clavinets, clavinovas. Oh, anything musical is fine. You want to talk about politics, world events, your own personality problems, that's fine too. Call us. We're here for you, but keep it clean. It's a family show. Wow, that's an extreme close-up, man. Is that what I look like, really? Oh, man. Well, that's what happens. PATV, I gave you the best years of my life.
You know what they say, that your looks at 20 are genetic. Your looks at 50 are what you deserve.
That's right. Well, I guess I must have been a really bad boy, huh? I don't know if you can tell, but I'm actually only 23. I've had a hard life. Anyway, okay. Anyway, I'm trying out this amp here. It's a little more bassiness. Let's see what that sounds like. A lot of reverb. I'll take the reverb down to 4.5. It was up at 7 before. You know, I could go into some detail about some of my personal amplifier issues, but almost nobody would be interested. You know, I've been through a lot with amps. You know, I gotta tell you, for years and years and years, I used this one amp all the time, every day. I'd like play 3 gigs a week with it, and I'd take it out every week to Tom's Guitar Show and plug it in. And then one thing led to another, and it started making noises. So I talked to the guy, you know, guy in the guitar shop. Said, maybe it's done, because I actually sent it back, had him work on it. I made it better for a little while, and it came back again. It's like, you know, 12 years old, 13 years old. What year is this anyway? 2013. I wonder what year is it? Maybe I got it in... I don't know what year I got it. So anyway, I got this amp here. It's only the street price in this amp, which means what you get it for in the store because it's always discounted, is $99.99, or maybe it was 98 cents. I don't know, but no, it was 99 cents. I know because it was sales tax was like $7. So
That's almost $100.
yeah, it was almost $100, and so I had to give him like. I guess I had to give him $107, and he gave me a penny back. Anyway.
I always wonder about that 9/10 of a cent on gasoline prices.
Yeah. Well, they want it to be below a certain, you know, threshold. You see, I mean, I look at that. I don't look at the 9/10. I just look at the, you know, that number. You know, because I think, oh wow, that's a good deal. But
it's really almost a penny more than that.
Yeah, yeah, I suppose. Yeah, well...
Tell me, what are you going to do this weekend?
Well, this weekend, what I'm going to do, really, is I'm going to play Tuscan Moon Friday night. My regular... well, I'll be late, but I'll probably be there by 6:30. I've been getting a little later than that lately, though. But I play till, like, past 10, usually. Be Tuscan Moon, beautiful downtown Kelowna, Friday night. Saturday night, I'm actually playing a wedding. And the way it looks is I'm going to start playing the wedding service at 5:30, and then at 6:30, I'm supposed to play the cocktail hour. And then at 7:30, they're going to go and do something else. In which case, I'm going to get in my car as quick as I can after tearing down my equipment as quick as I can, and zoom over to Kelowna and try to play there in the evening, just to make an appearance. Try to be there by 8, which is kind of late. But I might still play 2 hours. Now, my ambition was it would be nice and warm and sunny, and so I would play outdoors, you see, on the patio, which would be open by then. But the weather report doesn't look that good for this weekend.
No, they're talking about another frost.
Yeah. I mean, we might have frost up until... what if it's the 4th of July and we're having a frost warning?
Yeah, unlikely, but the average last frost in Iowa is mid-May. So.
Really?
So we're getting there.
Yeah. Well, I was hoping to be outdoors because see, outdoors, with the pretty little lights and everything like that, I could play till 10. It'll be like festive, and people will sit there and have their fancy wine and crab cakes or something, with the birds singing and the sun setting and everything. But we'll see what happens. So I'm going to try to be there late on Saturday.
So Friday night for sure, maybe Saturday, Tuscan Moon in Kelowna, Iowa.
I'll be at the Tuscan Moon in Kelowna. I don't know what's going to happen. Oh boy, the ringer's on.
And maybe we should remind people that Tom and the Tribbles will be at Trek Fest this year.
That's right. We're going to be at Trek Fest. Tom and the Tribbles. The band that was on the show, was that just last week? I guess it was.
Yeah, last week.
That's right. I still want to watch that show so I can pick up those jokes you were telling me. Yeah, some good ones. I like that. There was a pretty good accordion joke, I remember. I forget what that was.
The difference between accordion players and terrorists?
Oh, yeah.
Terrorists have sympathizers.
That's right. That's right. That's wonderful. That's wonderful. That's what we like. Anyway. Where's that phone? Oh, here it is. Hello, you're on Tom's Guitar Show.
Yeah, hi, Tom.
Hey. Is this Bob?
Yeah.
Hey, how you doing, man?
Oh, pretty good. I was in Cedar Rapids today, too.
Oh, really? You weren't up by Collins Road, were you?
Yeah.
Oh.
I was at the dentist, General Dental.
All right, okay. Never been there, but
I got out of there by 3.
I see. Well, what it was, it had a traffic light. There was like a yellow light blinking, and there was like a big traffic jam. People trying to figure that out on Collins Road on the way out to the interstate.
Yeah, I hate it when that happens.
Yeah, it was slowed everything down, and I was trying to get here in a hurry.
Yeah.
Everything took longer than I expected, as it always does, and then I.
Yeah.
But,
I was supposed to visit my mother, but it's 3 o'clock, and traffic's going to get real bad. I know.
Yeah, it did.
So I just pushed home.
Yeah.
You know, I don't like it's incredible anymore, isn't it?
Yeah, it's pretty tight up there. It's bad enough here too. I mean, I hit a lot of traffic when I got to Iowa City too. So, and the interstate was really pretty busy and stuff. It was I don't know, man. I might not go to. I want to go up to the Guitar Center because I know they had these amps in stock, and I might not go to Cedar Rapids again for quite some time.
Yeah.
So, I've been going up there every week, twice a week, a lot of times. One week I went up there 4 times.
I don't like Cedar Rapids that much, really. The drive is now so crowded on a 2-lane interstate, and I tell you, 30 years ago, when the thing went in, my father was adamant. It's not a big enough metropolitan area to spend all those tax dollars on it. You know. We don't need an interstate. Perfect.
And now we need a bigger one.
Yeah, no, we need.
Well, yesterday there was a big SUV, like a Chevy Suburban, kind of parked on its side, like flipped over on its side on the median, and that slowed us down to parking. And my thing was yesterday we had the juries up at Coe College because I've got this job up there, a real part-time job, but I teach guitar at Coe, and so at the end of the semester the kids all have to play for the juries, which means the string teachers sit in the audience at Sinclair Auditorium and we're making a list and checking it twice. They're going to find out who's naughty.
Did you do that today?
Wait, what? That was yesterday.
The jury?
Yeah, jury, yeah.
I've been listening about your jury for the last few weeks.
Oh, you got to tell me about my jury?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I've been going on about it because
it.
I've been. See, the two things I don't really want to do is the jury and the grading, and I've just accomplished both of those. I went up there, I turned in my grades today, and then I went up to Guitar Center, and that was it was painful. It was haunting my dreams last night. So I finished my grades and turned in my hours and all that stuff, and I hope to get a nice big fat paycheck. Well, not that fat. I hope to get a slender paycheck here soon, and then not have to do it again until fall. But anyway, yeah. So anyway, so I was trying to get up there and be early for my juries because I had to put in an amplifier because 2 of my students had to plug in, and so I took an amplifier up there, and I wanted to get there like 10 minutes early. And
that's stressful.
Yeah, but then all the traffic was backed up, and there I was parked on 380.
Yeah.
And I might as well waiting there for something, and it turned out just to be a bunch of gawkers. You know, I mean, they closed down one lane, but it all slowed way down, and we parked there for a while, and then I finally got up there, and instead of being like 10 or more minutes early like I had planned, I walked in. I think it was during the first performance, so I wasn't that late. I mean, I actually, I could judge.
You're working too hard.
Yeah, well, I won't have that problem this summer. Well, actually, this summer.
Family.
Yeah, well, this summer I'll be doing weddings and things. That's hard to work too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
last time I was driving up Cedar Rapids and back, there was a semi in the ditch.
Yeah, there was.
On the way up.
Yeah, I saw, the semi off the side of the road on the side, trailering when I was riding up there last week, or maybe it was a week before. I don't know, man. It all runs together in my head. But, yeah, well, it's treacherous.
So you're heroic.
Well, I'm not particularly heroic. I'm just making the same commute that evidently a lot of other people do.
Too many.
Yeah, well, I was thinking about like light rail. I had a gig for a while. I was teaching the Old Town School of Folk Music, just like special classes. And I was thinking if they built a railroad and it wasn't too expensive, I'd jump on the train and on the morning and teach, for a few hours at the Old Town School of Folk Music, Chicago, and then hop on the train and come home, or maybe I'd maybe take the late train if that was possible and hang around. But I hate driving to Chicago. I mean, Cedar Rapids is a pain, but Cedar Rapids is a pain. Des Moines, whereas Chicago is a major headache for me. Everybody's so angry in Chicago. And this, like on Collins Road today, when things are all bollocksed up there on Collins Road in Cedar Rapids, everybody was like so angry and people were in a hurry. I mean, I was going to try to get home and do Tom's Guitar Show, but a lot of other people, maybe they're trying to pick up their kids at the school or something like that, or they had to pick up their kid and take them to soccer practice or something. They were probably all,
You really didn't have to show up tonight. because when I turned it on, there was this floating microphone
Yeah,
in the clouds
yeah. That was cool,
with
wasn't
no
it?
stem.
Yeah. That's
And
cool.
it was just a beautiful visual.
Yeah.
And I thought Salvador Dali, with the castle on the rock just floating above the sea. And it was Tom's making a statement.
Yeah, my statement's I'm late. But,
Yeah, you didn't even have to show off. It's beautiful.
yeah,
As
well,
people could put on their iPods
yeah.
and just groove on it and say, hey, Tom,
Yeah.
hey, Tom's doing something new.
After all
So
these
you're
years.
stressing out over nothing.
That's right.
You just could have done that,
Well, summertime, living's easy. My kid's almost done with high school, but that doesn't even matter anymore because now he's got the car and everything. I haven't driven him to school for like over a year now, and he, early bird PE. I used to drive him to early bird PE, which means that it has gym class before school starts, like 7 o'clock in the morning. That was almost as painful for me to have to get up and drive him there as it was for him to have to go and do this class, But now he's graduating, and that's great, man. He was going to go to one of those expensive East Coast colleges, but they wouldn't let him in, even though he has perfect grades and everything. But I guess it's one of those things. So he's going to be a Hawkeye, which means we already got all the college money. He's got a scholarship, and all the college. So I don't have to worry about
Terrific.
that. So it's all like, after all these years of struggle.
Yeah.
I think
How many roads must a man go down?
Yeah, the answer, my friend, is blowing in the wind.
Along with that microphone in the beautiful blue sky.
That's right. My microphone blew on away in the beautiful cloudy sky, and yeah, well,
Yeah. You're stressing out over nothing.
yeah, you're probably
You
right.
didn't even have to show up.
Yeah. Well, that was my microphone though, so I had to, I actually screwed the microphone into the stand, so I had to show up for that. I mean,
Yeah.
we could have done it with one of these SM58s, I suppose, but it wouldn't be the same. This is my black Elvis mic, and
was
Okay,
asleep
tell
at
me
the
about
switch.
this little red amp that you just had to buy.
well, okay, this amp behind me, you can see it, like yeah, that one. That's that's the cheap Fender, 25 watt with a reverb. It's been around. I have one at home actually from like at least 15 years ago, and it buzzes really loud. This one's actually quite quiet.
Yeah, I had a Fender. I got it from musiciansfriend.com.
Mm-hmm.
Cheap,
Uh-huh.
mail order.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't get the buzz out of it.
Oh.
So I finally just said, I bought new cables, and I gave up and gave it to my brother and told him to recycle it. Why do these cheap Fenders buzz?
Well, this isn't the cheapest Fender, so it doesn't buzz. The old one buzzed, but I don't remember it buzzing when it was young. So, I have another one that has like tube, like this little noise it makes in the tubes. It was perfect. I've brought it on the show many times. My Fender Super Champ XD with the tubes in it, and I had a guy retube it, and that didn't solve the problem. And there's just certain notes buzz on it, or just make a little chittery noise, So this is my attempt at having an amp, a real workhorse amp that I can like take out with me and play all these little gigs with, where I can't be very loud. And I want to put it through its paces today on the show. Actually, the first one was I was going to do the Telecaster. Hang on, I'm going to switch over to the. Turn this down, I suppose. Yeah, okay. Turn this down. I'm going to switch over to the electric classical guitar and see what it sounds like through this thing. Where's my guitar stand anyway? I had a problem with me. Pardon me while I wander around. I had a guitar stand. Oh, it's right behind me. Oh, it's right down here. Okay. Hang on. I'll put this one over here. And there we go. Hate to have that fall over. That's a genuine Stratocaster. That was made in Corona, California in 1995. But anyway. This guitar is imported from Canada. Quebec to be exact. Is that really Canada?
Francophone Canada.
Yeah. Sometimes they don't want it. They don't want to be Canadian. Then they realize how much trouble they'll be in if they.
But they're not going to let them be part of France.
Yeah, well, the French don't want them. I've been around, and actually, that sound half bad. I've been around some, and I know I've known some Quebecers and some French.
So you got this fender because it was a cheap fender that didn't buzz? Is that...
This is a $99 fender.
Yeah.
The discount price, and I don't hear any buzz coming out of it.
So you couldn't resist.
So it's okay. My other fender, which was a similar price back, in the old days, I don't think it sounded that bad, but I think it's developed a buzz over the decades. And it was in the basement in the corner for a long time because I wouldn't deign to use a cheap amp, but I had my expensive amp that here's my narrative. I got this story, okay. I had the ultrasound amp.
Well,
which was,
yeah, I know like a tube amp.
Yeah.
Your tube amp. You like your tube amps.
I also had a solid state acoustic guitar amp, which was like $600 or something like that. And I was using that,
right.
And that started to make noises too, but it started breaking down because I've had it out,
Okay, I'll just say I was disappointed I couldn't fix it.
Yeah. What was it?
I got this mail order fender,
Yeah.
and it buzzed.
Was it one of the little tiny ones, or?
About that same size.
Really? Huh.
And it was, I guess they go into saturation too fast. I couldn't adjust anything.
Well,
it just buzzed.
I can turn this one onto a saturation thing, but that's a different channel. I push a button for that, and it's right now. I got the nice reverb.
Yeah. Okay.
This doesn't sound
I'm
bad.
just saying. I gave up on it, and I think it's been recycled.
That's too bad. You could have sent it back. I suppose. Musicians Fiend has a fairly generous return policy.
Yeah. I kind of looked into that, and it just seemed too complicated with everything I had going on at the time, and I just gave it to my brother. It says yours.
Yeah. Well.
You know how it goes. And so you deal with it.
I will say that some of the ones that buzz a little bit, if you don't mind if you like the saturation mode, the right kind of heavy metal headbanger wouldn't care. I mean, it would be part of the tone.
Yeah,
This one I'll do it too. I mean, I can
Sure.
push this button here, and I turn up the gain all the way, and turn up the volume. I got myself.
Yeah, right.
I could do that, but I like this better.
Yeah, that's what I was trying for, a real clear sound.
I like reverb, but I like playing in like a big hall, like a big concert hall or a big fat church. Or there's this one cave in Scotland, where they found pieces of an old harp from like thousands of years ago or something like that, and people have been playing in that cave in Scotland for thousands of years because they like the acoustics. You see, so I like a nice. It might want it to sound like I'm in a big room somewhere. But I like a tube sound, but tubes are fragile and expensive.
Oh, sure.
Well, I guess this amp is a keeper.
You had to buy this amp because you had nothing like it in your.
Well, I have one just like it, but it's really old, so I had to buy an amp because I don't know if you want to hear this, man. Okay, so I have lots of amps. I've been collecting them over the years. I acquire more than I get rid of. I'm even kind of sorry that I got rid of a couple of cheap amps I could have done stuff with, but so I had the Vox amp that I got for $100 in a pawn shop. It's like $450 amp. It suggested retail when it was new. They discontinued it. They make a new model now. tube amp. It's okay. It sounds really good. And certain guitars that I play with it, but it just quits and stops, you know. So if I get somebody to work on it, it'd be at least $100 labor, you know, just to get them to take it apart and start working on it. So then I got the Fender amp, which I've had for a couple of years, the Super Champ, which sounds great. I can plug a jazz guitar into it. I can plug an electric guitar like this into it, and plug one of these solid body nylon string guitars into it. It sounds great, but certain frequencies is starting to make this noise. It just started a few weeks ago. Had a guy work on it, replaced the tubes, did this, that, the other thing, and he couldn't get it out of there. So I got it back. Sounds great, except certain notes make this little noise. It's really annoying. You know? So I got that one. Now I got a nice big tube amp, a PV Delta Blues, which is a 40-watt amp with a 15-inch speaker, like a great big pizza for the speaker. And it sounds great, but you can't turn it down very much. And I play in low-volume places, so it's too big an amp for like any place that I tend to play. Okay, so
Oh, like Kelowna.
yeah, I got the Fishman Loud box, and it's okay, except it has it quits on me and makes this noise every now and then. But it's a little solid-state acoustic amp, and I've been using that at the gigs, but it doesn't sound good without. So I have to use the Holiest Grail, which I brought along with me, reverb pedal to plug into that. That's what I've been using for my gigging amp, and it's okay, except it quits on me too occasionally. Okay, so then I got a great big Roland keyboard amp, which I have to use the reverb pedal on to make it sound good. And that's fine,
Sure.
except it's huge, and I can't turn it down enough to play it in the kind of places I play.
Right.
And the kind of places I
Was
play.
that used on the B3?
What?
The reverb amp?
The B3? That's a Hammond organ, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not the same thing, right?
Well, this is a keyboard amp, so you could plug a synthesizer that sounds like a Hammond B3 into it, except you wouldn't have the rotating Leslie amp that the B3 uses anyway.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's for keyboards, but guitar sounds good through it as long as you have a pedal to plug in to make the guitar sweeten up the sound, you see. So I got that one. And then I got a couple other amps kicking around, too. I got the an old model of this one, which is okay, except it buzzes and it's kind of nasty. And so basically, I have a bunch of amps, okay? And also, I have the an old Yorkville, which is okay, but it's kind of clunky, and I need a pedal to make it sound good. So what I want is a little amp that I can take in, I can plug it in, it'll sound good. I can, if it breaks or if it gets stolen, I can get another one easily and don't have to worry about it. And I want to have the same amp that I don't have to worry about, don't have to have extra pedals for, and I can just plug it in and go for it on a regular basis for my 3 or 4 gigs a week. Not too big because I don't play in like rock and roll clubs. I play in snazzy little restaurants. That's what I do. You know, I play at the Mendoza Wine Bar in Coralville, and my
So
little
you
tiny.
think this one's a keeper?
I think this one's a keeper. I think it'll fulfill certain obligations. Because I don't think this doesn't sound bad to me.
You're inspiring me. I think I might get another Fender amp. I'll give it a try.
This one's only $100. Okay. And,
Yeah.
It's okay.
Used?
It seems to work okay, and just trying to figure out the right settings. You know, if you twiddle the right, you get the equalizer right on the guitar. That sounds pretty. Does that sound good to you there?
Sounds fine.
Sounds okay to Bob over here. Does it sound okay to you? Let's see. That's it then. So that's fine. Maybe I've solved my problem. So there's my tips for the week, but I guess I can't have the cob wrap at the No-Do every day this week, but I'll replenish my cash supplies, and everything will be all right. So-
Okay, I'll shut up and let you play.
All right. Well,
I did want to mention, a few weeks ago you said something about you were in Buffalo. Did you go to Buffalo?
I haven't been to Buffalo lately, but
No. But
I've been there.
Stupinski said he was kind of from that area, Rochester.
No, my family's from Rochester. My father's from Rochester. I've got a lot of cousins
Oh,
there.
yeah,
And my
that's
brother
right.
went to college and got graduate school and got his PhD at Buffalo.
And there was a good musical.
That's in Rochester.
College.
That's the Eastman School. Yeah, one of my students went there, and yeah, I've been in that area quite a bit because my father's from there. I got that's the land of knockoffs.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. It kind of surprised me. But did you perform in Buffalo?
No, I've only been there to visit family and stuff.
Oh, okay.
No, I
Since
haven't.
we're talking about snow
No,
in the music college in Rochester, and
Yeah.
when I drove a semi, I went to Buffalo, and it's kind of a funny story. I stopped, asked directions, and they said, well, here, you go this way, and you go that way, and you take that exit, and then you get on that street, and then you go under that overpass, and I had a semi, which was a 13.6 clearance.
Uh-huh.
And, it'll say 10 feet. But, no, if you just wait and then you go right through the middle, you go straight through there. Ignore all those dispatch recommendations and directions. Because they set those for when they have, like, 4 feet of packed snow.
Oh.
So, no, you'll be fine. You'll save 30 miles. And, okay, it worked.
It worked?
I saw you and Stupinski talking about Buffalo and snow. And so, there it goes. Yeah.
Huh. Well, that's, I was expecting to have you peel off the top of that trailer like a sardine can.
Something like the Iowa Avenue
Yeah.
overpass.
Yeah,
It
the
happened,
Iowa
but it
Iowa
didn't
Avenue
happen to
overpass.
me.
Yeah, that double-decker bus from Coralville didn't do very well. That London bus.
No, and Bruder's Bagel Bakery, the kid took the wrong truck under there one day, or tried to take the wrong truck under there.
Yeah, well, took it part way. A little bit anyway.
I've got a video on SCTV's old website of somebody that peeled the box off a truck going under there.
Yeah.
I was over there one day, a bus came, one of these big tour buses. Anyway, they made what they did. They stopped, let the air out of the tires, drove under the bridge, and then jacked them back, or pumped the tires
Pumped it up,
back
yeah.
up.
Huh. I probably would have just gone over to Burlington Street personally, but
Well, he'd had to back up to Riverside
yeah.
because he turned up Iowa Avenue, and when the chains hit the top of his bus, he realized that wasn't going to work.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
All right.
all right.
Thanks for talking to me, Tom.
I'll see you there, Bob. And keep
Don't
it,
stress out.
and I'd say 25.
You didn't even have to show up.
Yeah, but I say the was it Frontman 25R? That's the amp. So that's what this is, a Frontman 25R, reverb for R. Good luck. See you.
Anyway, I was sleeping at the switch when you didn't show tonight. We were trying to think about what to do. I have my Chinese New Year short out in the car.
Oh yeah,
Can we squeeze that in tonight?
I suppose
I will go and get it.
if they can play it, that'd be great. It's probably the time for it. I don't know.
We'll find out.
I called Sarah. I told Sarah I was going to be late, but I don't know if you got the message.
Yeah, she came in and told us that you were caught in traffic.
Yeah, I was stuck there. Well, we all know my story about Collins. I'm going to play this thing, though, because I can. Well, this is already, I've got a loop going. Crank that a little bit. Let's see what this thing will do on a little bossa nova.